Now they are. You don't
There
see
you go. There you go.
question.
All right.
What's going on,
All new
fellas?
episode. All new episode from Run and Tell That podcast. How's everybody doing this week?
Living it.
Hey, this JP. I'm back in the house with the boys. Hey, don't laugh, my brother. Don't laugh. I won't get as tight as I was the last time.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna be good when I get with. I know I'm supposed to tell you how good how bad I'm doing, but when I get with you guys, I can be a bad boy. So women like bad
And
boys.
I see that. I
Women
see
love
that.
bad boys. I'll break their heart. But hey,
No, I
I'm
said
doing great. I am
that's
doing great.
good.
Hey,
Yeah.
how
Because
you
if you,
guys doing?
I'm doing all right. I know I listened to that second show, and nigga Rachi was saying like 3 times, and at one point JP said, "Ah," I'm like, what? What the hell was that? What was he saying?
My brother, Gigolo, JP was through.
Oh
JP was through. Hey,
man,
get
I
ready
laughed.
tonight.
That show was
Hey,
like 29 minutes, but that was
hey,
15 minutes of straight laughter.
hey, his Dale and G Money's fault.
So my question is, why is it
G,
my
how
Mm.
you doing?
why is it
He
my
won't ask you how you doing, G.
now I'm doing fine, but why is it my fault
His Dale and
that
G Money's fault.
you want to why is it my fault that you
I'm sorry for the fellas for the long outs.
but why is it my fault that you want to be a liquor?
Go ahead, G.
So why is it my fault that you wanted to be a liquorachi?
oh, oh, hey fellas, I wasn't a liquorachi, I was a niggerachi.
That's what I was trying.
Whoa,
That's why I thought.
God,
whoa.
That's what you know. That's why I asked you that.
Hey, G Man, can you bring
fooling
up Miss
around
P?
with the
Because you
with
got the
G
star.
talk about yeah.
But I'll let y'all know this, man. My week was good. I mean, like, anytime you
There
can
where
work
you at.
your 40 plus and you're able to get off early on a Friday and you're able to sit down and relax and enjoy yourself. That's a good week. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, how about you, Dale?
Man, it's been
Oh
a great
shit.
week. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a great week for
He said
Dale.
this. He said, "Oh shit." I
Tough
said something. He said,
All
"Oh
right,
shit."
cool, because
I'm
it won't let
telling
me
you,
do
Now
it.
Gigolo.
I'm just asking the question: was it
No, I
oh
tried
shit
to.
because I'm here? Oh shit because I had a good
No,
week? And just oh shit because I was forgotten about and he's still here. I don't know.
no.
Help a
I
brother
was
out.
trying to pull. I was trying to pull Miss Key up,
Oh,
and I
okay,
thought I
okay.
thought I was able to pull up.
Yeah, I got
Hmm.
You know, I don't want to be sensitive, but y'all was like, I got, never mind.
you.
I'm halfway in my thing now.
Dale,
We
come
good.
on, Dale, calm
We
down.
good.
Yeah, I have.
But
Gee,
in life, like
love you, my brother.
you live to learn
Mm-hmm.
what's good in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so let me just go ahead and say this. If you had a good week and all that stuff like that, you probably the next week something gonna happen. Like,
Yeah,
perfect example, J Rod. If you sit there and you did very good at work this week, your productivity was
yeah,
good and all that stuff, like your inventory left, something gonna happen to actually make you mad enough to actually say, God, dog it.
Mm.
yeah. G, if you're right, I caught hell this week at work. Uh, I caught hell. So, G, will I have a good week next week?
Yeah,
Good.
you're gonna have a good week.
I caught hell this week.
Yeah. But yeah, but how would you guys week?
Mine wasn't
Mine
bad.
was pretty good. Yeah.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, yeah. But hey, man,
So yeah.
we're glad to hear your voices.
Let me tell y'all this before we get into the topic. I mean, before we get into the topic, I
Hmm.
went
Hmm.
inside a convenience store in Lancaster, and I was paying for my gas for my car. So I was paying for my gas. The older your car get, the more you have to change it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you went from 80, you will go from 87, 89 to 93. So I went in there and Lord, please forgive me for what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
The red dot. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it was a national holiday on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Try to say, G.
The
Red
people with
dot was close.
the dot
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it spit on their head.
yeah.
Yeah.
thought you were about the liquor store.
No, but the people with the
Red dot.
the
That
red
would
dot.
mean there. That would be no. Yeah.
The Indian.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say what
Okay.
they are,
Okay.
but
They're Indian.
why you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indian. When you see them red dots, they ain't
JP
Muslim.
don't cast the first stone.
They ain't. I cast the first one. Go ahead, G.
Oh shit.
So I'm not gonna take all the time, but I'm gonna take 1 minute of everybody time right quick. So I went in there. First and foremost, they ain't got no sign telling you that
You get ready.
the machine don't take the chip.
Oh, okay.
So they, I mean, like at first and foremost, nobody, they ain't no sign and that. Then the thing about it, ain't no bag on the stuff to tell you that none of the gas is there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there like Lucy Lollipop, sitting up there like I'm like pumping gas and all that stuff like that, thinking that the gas going in my car, and thinking that I don't use the chip in the car, thinking that everything go.
What was happening?
Ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was on E, so I walked in there and I asked the lady. I said, "Hey, yo, is everything okay with the pump?" I said, "I think I put my card in, and I think it went through." And she looked at me like,
"You crazy?
What are you talking about? I don't understand. You know, I
got messed up."
And right now I'm breaking it down. Car, gray, pump, 4.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been here for. She been there for a while because that's the first time I seen her. Yeah. She acted like she couldn't understand nothing I said. So all of a sudden I said, "I got it." I said, "I got it." I said, I checked my account right in front of her. I said, ain't nothing took out of my card and all this stuff. I appreciate it, but ma'am, can you go ahead and put some bags on there, put a sign up there, and all this stuff?
The pump ain't working.
The pump ain't working. But she looking at me like, what the freak?
Out of gas.
So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, never ever go to an Exxon station that got the red dot on it.
I got you.
And I just
G discriminating, fellas.
I'm sorry, what did you say? They don't have the what bottom?
No, I ain't talking about the red. I ain't talking about the red bottom shoes. I'm saying the red dot. The people that pick the red dot, they saying
in the middle of that forehead, right?
In
G?
the middle of the forehead, but they the one who calling them
Shit.
Indians. I ain't saying
They're
Indians.
Indian, G.
I ain't said that though.
I'm saying it.
But you said it. I didn't say
Not
that.
Native
Well,
American
why would
Indians.
you say that?
Because
Oh
I've talked with them, G, and I've
God.
asked
I
them about
didn't say that.
they're Indians
Oh
from
my
India.
God.
But y'all said that.
Yeah, they're Indians from India. That's part of their religion.
Okay, so I guess I catch her on holiday. She was on holiday mission.
She might have been.
But that just might spill right
Was that Miss Key? I heard.
Yeah, that's Miss Key.
Welcome, Miss Key.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can't understand much, Gerard. Gerard
we can't
laughed the whole
understand.
time while you was talking. I didn't even know what was going on.
We don't know what's going on.
Dale
We're
said
God, baby.
Stop laughing.
We just talking. We don't know
because
what's
Dale
going on,
said
baby.
So Miss Key can
no,
Gerard ain't by himself.
no,
We don't know what's going on.
no, Dale be
No.
saying no, Dale be saying some slick stuff because Dale said was her red dot did a red dot mess up or something like that. That's why she didn't understand Greg.
Nah, I ain't messing with you, Rod.
Hey,
I
look.
heard what you said.
That's
I heard
why.
what you
Stop laughing
said.
at Miss Key.
I heard what you
Stop laughing.
said.
That's why
I
he
heard what
is
you
a
said.
philosopher. He's the thinker, the
I heard what
thinker.
he said. He said
He know what he's thinking.
he said when Greg was trying to figure out why the car, well, did his car go through or whatever, Dale said the red dot must have messed up. And I know that's what I said because I text Roy. I said, Roy, did you hear that? And he said, yeah. That's what we were laughing at. We were laughing
Dale
at
know.
Dale. Dale be saying
It was
Dale be
intentional.
saying some slick stuff. He be saying some slick
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Oh,
Cause
goodness.
he's
He be
slick.
saying
Oh, we
some
got to
slick
catch
stuff.
it.
You just gotta
It's
catch him.
always
Well,
slick on it.
in essence, you didn't supposed to catch that no way. I just kind of eased it on in there.
Oh, you know what? Let's stop being rude. Miss Key, how was your week? Because we didn't ask how was your week.
No, continue, because I need to figure this out. What did this really
Okay.
mean?
No,
Oh,
no, no,
You
no,
ain't
my
gotta
no,
week
no,
figure
was
no,
it
no,
great.
out, baby.
My
no.
week was great,
All right.
by the way.
The only reason why you ain't gonna figure out it, I just had to tell everybody about the incident that happened. It was an experience about the red dot. But I look, and I call them red dot. They know why I call them red dot. I never ever say the name of what but they say the name. I don't say the name.
They Indian.
No,
G.
they're not in their red dots.
They're Indian. Red dot
God, right.
Indian from India. and me and Dale, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
They're not.
I've talked with them.
What
Oh
you
They
my
talking about?
God.
What is he?
they said it's, I said, hey, what you got with that red dot on your forehead for looking like a fool? I said, what where you from? They said, I'm from India. I said, okay.
Are they
Oh, okay,
Indian?
I get
Yeah,
it
they
now.
Indian.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Y'all
Well,
something else.
we ain't
Of
trying to
course, I
hide.
didn't ask them about that. I didn't tell them they were looking like a fool. And I'm
No,
exaggerating.
no. But she acted like she couldn't understand. But
It's
y'all
still
come to
No, no,
find
no.
understand.
out.
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
saying the lady.
There's some different
Listen.
type. There's a different type. I just want to throw this out here. There's some different. Okay, so not all black folks is created equal with they thinking though. Cause
You
I'm gonna
got
tell you
that
something. I
right.
have a girl that I work with, and she said something about I'm not going to that place. I'm the only speck in the room. I couldn't even pick
Yeah,
up that she meant black person because not
yeah,
everybody think like
spec,
that.
spec,
So when you said
spell.
red dot, not everybody gonna think, oh,
I
this mug
gotta
is
mute up.
Indian. You know, the only one to wear a red dot is Indian folks. So
Well, now
not
listen.
Only
everybody
red dot
created
I know
equal in
is
their
in the liquor
thinking,
store.
especially
Miss
black
Key, like
folks. Sorry.
Miss Key, like I said initially, JP said again, red dot was Indian. But again, as I look a little close, red dot on a forehead,
There.
often called Hindi.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so again, like I
The
said,
only
I don't know if that we consider directly as
Yeah,
Indian, but Hindi.
yeah. Hindi and Indian, the biggest and largest majority of the Hindu population
Excuse
is
me,
Indian.
Bindi is common practice from Hinduism,
Yep,
particularly for women.
Hinduism is an Indian religion. But hey, my brothers, the red dot I know only G come up with some crap like that. On the red dot I know is all them liquor stores we had in the town.
hold on, G man. The only red dot I know is Target. So I don't even know what's going
All right,
on.
see,
There you go.
hey, we appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban
I
Dictionary.
I'm about to
Oh
send this.
God.
I'm about to send this to
Oh,
the group from the
shit.
Urban
Hey,
Dictionary.
don't say that. Read it,
Oh
G.
Wait,
shit.
I ain't got my glasses. Remember, I
Yeah,
can't
Hey,
see.
G is
hey,
blind.
we got a message. Oh
Blind
shit.
We got a
like a
me-
bat.
Hey
We got a
y'all, we
message
got a
real quick.
message. We got a
We
message.
ain't got on the
Wearing
subject yet.
sunglasses like DMC.
Well, hello, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. Happy
Hey,
Friday.
Callie.
Miss Key, how you doing? Happy Friday. How's everybody's week?
You're gonna get along. Yeah.
What's going
Hey,
on?
Callie, how you doing? It's doing great. I
Hey,
hope
what's
your
up?
week is well.
Oh man.
All right.
Whew.
So, right quick. So, who got the message?
G, go ahead.
I don't have the
I'm not
glasses.
reading that.
Man, you
I'm not
G,
reading that.
yeah,
Ro,
yeah.
You can read it. Ro, you gonna read it?
Give me that thing, G. I can
So,
read it.
okay. So, look,
I can't. I'm not
if
reading that. I'm not reading that.
I'm gonna read it
JP is gonna read it.
My
if
head
it's
hurting
clean.
already.
Oh, it ain't clean.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing.
All right. So,
The real Indian.
I
The
gotta
other
mute.
kind is a Native American. See, woo woo derives from the dot that adorns a married Indian's head. Is not to be confused with a tower head.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, number one is
We're
foxy.
gonna get shot down.
There are
Getting
hundreds
shot.
dead
This the
Indians
last episode
are
of
buried by
Untelling Podcast.
our house. Come, what the heck?
Oh, it's
See?
okay.
Come to haunt us. Okay, Foxy. That's number one. I got to repeat that. Number one, say Foxy. There are hundreds dead Indians are buried by our house. Come to haunt us. Okay, Clara. Oh, and by Indian you mean woo woo or red dot. I don't know what the heck. Gee,
so say it again. Woo woo. That's
woo woo.
woo woo.
Woo woo.
All right. Let me.
Okay, number two is Ornish. Bubbly. I am a new.
No, no. You gotta say it right. Bubbly.
Bubbly.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
We getting shut down. This our last episode.
Okay. Wow, you really mean red dot? I'm confused, fellas.
But
But so that means it started with a Native American
all
Indian,
right.
right?
So
G?
now, I don't know. I will not say that on this show right
Here we
here.
go.
But I'm just saying that
That's odd.
she had me totally messed up
Yeah.
because she didn't
And you
understand.
got me totally messed up.
So if I went in there with a towel, would she have make sure that
Are
the
you gonna be butt naked under the towel? Or are
oh
you
heck
gonna have?
no. Look,
Yeah.
let's
Oh
You
jeez.
say you went there with a towel. What you got on with it, G?
I know I tell him the towel on my head,
Oh,
her head.
I
And I
thought
went in there and said, and I went in there.
I was talking about a bath towel.
What if I went in and said woo hoo hoo?
Woo woo.
That might have been offensive.
Woo woo.
Okay.
G.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hijack the conversation, but we need to get on the topic.
Yes. G.
All right, we got one more before we get in topic. We got one more message from Callie.
I want to address somebody. Dell, How you been? I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks, Dell. I miss your voice and your conversation you and I have been having. How you
What the
doing?
hell, Dale? What you got going on?
You don't mess around. Callie, don't do that to Dale. Dale dang on number 2 pencil. You remember back in the days you had that fat pencil? His fat pencil done start rising.
Hey, Dale.
I ain't never been a
Oh
Callie
shit.
chick. Ever.
Dale.
Ever. I've always been a side thought, an afterthought. And Callie speaking directly to me, I ain't got nothing.
Look,
Got nothing.
Hey,
But thank you.
hey, Dale, you gotta take that off of G. He's trying to say you a number 2 pencil.
no, he
Yeah.
getting hard. That's why I
Hey,
said he ready. He ready to rock and roll now.
G,
Simply,
G.
who's saying that sound? Simply beautiful. Al Green, right?
Yep.
All right. Guess what? Callie trying to tell him he's simply beautiful. Hey, now look. Hey,
Oh
hey,
man.
DELL. He done switch around his hat to the back. God, dog. He Doug
Said he done
Life
got
over
bricked
here.
up.
But yeah,
Oh my
look, going
goodness.
to the topic.
Hey,
My
G,
bad. I didn't
G,
want to
G,
hijack it.
G, what's our topic?
But you just
Oh,
now
that was
finding
good.
out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I told you.
Tonight,
Kind of. Yeah, you told me, but you know
I,
I'm forgetful.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Gerard. Go ahead and
no, I just
Come
figured
on,
we
Gigolo.
tonight's topic is about the whole Shannon Sharp thing with him and how old that girl is now? What, 21,
I think she's
22,
23.
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
23?
23.
if I
Mm-hmm.
was a
Yeah.
single man, I thank you, my brother. I bust
Hmm.
some cheeks up of a 23-year-old, but I had to be a
Really?
single man.
Really?
And
Really?
there gotta be some kind of, some
Oh my
kind of
goodness.
non-disclosure in
Really?
place. Go ahead. I apologize, Gigolo.
Nah,
All you need,
no, no, don't
all you
apologize.
need is an older woman that can rub your feet and cook you neck bones.
Monique,
Hey, baby, you talking
Monique
right?
told
Yeah, and
Monique made it crystal
and,
clear. You need an older woman that understand you, to
yeah,
cook for
and
you,
you're right.
to go ahead and do what she need to do for you. Like I said, cook you some neck bones
no, I want
Yeah.
pig feet.
or
Hey,
pig feet and some rice and put your butt to bed. You ain't, I mean,
Miss
20,
K,
come on,
But
23.
Miss K, right?
maybe that's
But
not
I
what he's
still take
maybe
that
that's not what
20
he's
as a
attracted
gift.
to.
No,
But
no,
maybe
Yeah.
that's not what he's
No,
attracted to.
ain't.
no, sometimes it's not
Hey,
what you want, it's what you need.
hey. But eh,
That is
go
true.
ahead, fellas.
But if
Hey,
that
I'm gonna
but
tell you
if
what.
that's not what you're attracted to,
Yeah.
You need to adjust.
But are we
because
Hey,
really
obviously
talking
that's not
about
what he's attracted
attraction?
to.
And Rod, you
Is
would
it
know.
was it really attraction here?
I
no,
think
But
it.
baby.
I
y'all
think
know
it
I
was.
actually I came to
Miss
talk
K,
to y'all
I
about
just
this one.
wanted this.
You know, saw opportunity.
Yeah.
She saw opportunity.
Well, she knew for a fact that
Did he
once
see
once
opportunity?
Yeah.
no
No,
no no
he didn't, babe.
look,
He was a dummy.
he was a dummy. He the one who had look.
Yeah.
He got more to lose than her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He got more to
Exactly.
lose.
He was a dummy.
He was look.
Exactly.
She seen opportunity, but he didn't.
He's sitting there walking bow leg and pigeon toe and all that stuff like that, and tight pants on, and that girl looked at that
I don't
thing.
know if them tight pants were squeezing his nuts.
Hey,
I don't know.
something
I
had to be on.
think
Okay.
he seen opportunity that she was
He
young and
did.
he thought he looked
Yeah.
good and you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
thought he looked good and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't nothing to look. What did she really look like? Did y'all see a picture of this girl?
Yeah,
No,
Miss
Yeah.
K.
she don't
I
look
did,
pretty. She don't.
Miss
Not
K.
Yeah.
worth the.
I think
Nah,
I,
not worth the trouble.
Yeah, she ain't
It
got
really wasn't.
what the, yeah.
The
It wasn't
only
worth the
thing that
trouble. No.
the only thing that looked good on her, and I hate to say this on this show, is the two things by her nose. The
oh,
one that go up and the one that go down the
something
shaft.
about G.
Her lips.
What
Oh,
was by her
G.
nose?
Her
The
lips.
lips.
Yeah. Miss Miss Key.
Yes,
I have no
yes.
idea what G talking about.
You know the thing by her nose. It go like up and down. You gotta open it. You gotta put some food in it, and you go
Her
up.
mouth.
Look,
I ain't opening my mouth.
open your mouth for a second.
Man,
Oh,
I can see
Ain't
something
no
coming out of
way
my
she was
mouth.
doing it like that.
So,
That's a big
oh
dummy
my
right
God.
there. Ain't no way
Hey,
it was that good. Ain't
no,
no
I
way.
ain't never, I ain't never had none that good.
She was
Hey,
Now
computer
Kenny G not
generated
worth all
then.
He,
that money.
he was really I hate to say it, but he was really a dumb ass.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes.
but once
Yes.
like I said, once again, the only good thing that
Hey,
she had on her. Did you see the picture of her?
yeah. I seen it.
Yeah, you seen it?
You
Y'all
saw
got to remember, the lawyers don't mind
Looked like
backing
she
her.
had Botox in her lips.
She probably did.
That's how fat.
That don't mean nothing.
maybe she did tricks.
She
Botox.
did. Ain't no,
Yeah, because her lips had looked fat at the time when they took the picture of her. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe she
yeah.
had put Botox in her lips.
Hey,
But look at the NFL coach.
Who? Which one?
From
I ain't knocking a Dale. I ain't knocking a man for having a younger woman.
the Patriots. Went
Yeah.
college coach now.
70-something years old with
Yeah.
20-something years old.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill
So,
Belichick.
What's
Yeah,
her name?
she
Bill,
so,
23.
yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
I mean,
so Dale, I don't knock a man for having a younger woman. He know that she's all what, and vice versa. Look at Cher. Cher got the younger man.
yep.
Hey, so that's all
I
right.
mean,
Hey,
I'm
that's what
like,
you.
listen to this, y'all.
Go ahead, Miss
I
King.
looked at this girl. I looked at this girl and I said, hell no. You hear me? I was like,
Miss King.
hell no, this is crazy. It,
Miss King
I
supposed to be
mean, it
held
had to
to
be
the
some
dog.
hocus pocus. It had to be some witchcraft or something. It had to be something like he was under some
Oh
spell.
yeah.
Like it was some
Yes.
opportunity where they was passing her around or something. She the pass around girl or something.
You
It
got
was
that right.
something.
Well,
It was something.
well, we could,
It wasn't no.
well, we,
Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't no. Ooh,
I
look at
always
her.
said
Her
I
that.
don't know if
lips
you
are so
guys.
big. Let me get me some head or something. No, it wasn't none of
Oh
that.
yeah.
If it was, he is weak. I
He's weak.
I don't want to destroy it. I
That
don't want to destroy it like that. But that's what it was. I looked at her one good time and I said, "What
hey,
is
and he
going
is
on?"
weak. He might be.
I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Center, but like I said, only way they can get in if you allow them in.
Yeah.
If you open the door,
Yes.
you can't get in
Okay,
unless they say yes.
Yes. So Miss Key,
okay,
you're right. He as successful as he is and as strong as he is in other areas, he's weak in that
Mentally,
area.
he weak
Yeah,
mentally.
he's
He
weak
weak
in
mentally. Yeah.
mentally, G,
Yeah,
but
you know why he
sexually.
no, you know why I say he weak mentally because you got to
Yeah,
think
his
about what he
still
did.
go back to mental.
Yeah, because
Hey, you're right, G.
yeah, he just weak
You're
mentally,
right.
but we
Hey,
gotta accept it. We gotta accept it for this,
he's
man.
weak mentally. As
When you
smart as
get
he is,
so think about it, and not to say anything wrong about Mr. Sharp, but
and I
this is
like
the
him.
most money that he probably had. You know what I'm
And will
saying?
be
He
making
never
because
he never
he's
ever
on
had.
he's
Man,
on a
And
new
that's why he never
contract.
had a
He's on
business
a
there.
new
you
contract,
just
G.
keep talking. You
Damn
just
right.
keep
I
talking.
always talking and
Every
interrupt you.
time, every
I always interrupt you, G.
every time I can,
I always interrupt you, G.
look. So Shannon Sharp making more money now than he ever
NFL.
ever
And
did.
Yeah.
it will be making even more because he just signed to a new what, $100 million contract.
No,
Don't get some of
he
that.
might not get that.
He
No.
ain't
But
signed it
well, that
yet.
but
50
see,
Yeah,
million is
he ain't signed
gone
it.
from that contract right
yeah,
there, going straight
yeah,
to that
yeah. Hey,
lawsuit.
But he
may
ain't
I tell
signed it
y'all
yet.
something? May I tell y'all something?
You can go ahead.
I like to interrupt G,
Hmm?
but I ain't never had no $50 million cooler cat.
I'm sorry. Like hold on, three
I'm
years
sorry, Miss
later,
Oh,
King.
mm.
three years later. Did y'all
Yes.
listen to
So
the
it's he.
audio of them two talking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which
it
one?
sounded like he fell for the okie doke.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
she
he
She was
And
set
did.
him
then
talking
up.
had
to
a
him straight,
She
conversation
got a
and
with
road
her.
dog.
yeah,
But
she had a regular
but
tone, and
you
then
know
next minute, she started talking like she was straight in high school. Well, I don't
Yes.
want that.
It
I'm
was a
like,
setup.
look at this goofy falling for this
she
shit.
got children older than her.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a setup.
But
Hey,
but
go ahead, G. I ain't gonna interrupt you this
you
time.
sure?
I promise.
All right, let's do a test. All right. Oh, you staying quiet. Okay, now I get to talk. Look, let me tell you this. So at the end of the day, like Mr. Sharp need to understand that this opportunity
Good
was
day.
presented to him because of who he is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He's good at what he does.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So what I mean by that is that Mr. Sharp sat there and
He
the
fell
Michelle.
for the okey
Look, let
doke.
me tell you how the way the Lord set it up. So he got by with the Michelle situation.
Which
You think
Michelle, G?
when he sat there and said that he didn't know that he had the thing on
Oh yeah.
Instagram, he's like
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Look, that was a warning right there for the
Yes.
brother.
You're
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Still fell for it.
Hey,
Yeah. Yes, G,
That's
you're
just
right.
duck on dumb.
Yes.
That's
So
dumb.
we would expect that better out of him.
look, I would have said peach dumb, but peach dumb these days mean butt.
Yes.
Okay.
But you're right, G. That was just dumb. He should have learned from that lesson. He should have learned.
Oh, so this ain't his first round.
No, don't you remember the?
No.
Don't you remember the audio
The
and
Mm-mm.
audio that came out, and he
what
kept on saying, "Oh, Michelle,
he
oh,"
would
and
he
he
would,
was clapping them cheeks.
yes, and it was all over YouTube.
He like secret, but don't he?
I
Yeah.
Hmm?
think
He like what?
Nice.
but
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Miss Key, you know this original accusing him of being homosexual, bisexual,
trisexual.
trisexual. But like I say, but I tell you what,
It's
one thing
secret.
he's a dummy.
A dummy by any other name is
Yes,
still a
he's
dummy.
still a dummy. He's a dummy because, like
He
I
like
say, $50 million.
secret.
Now you know
No, did you see
they
the
don't
one?
care. Her and the lawyer don't care if they don't get 50 million.
No.
They gonna push it to the limit, and then if they can get 10 million, the lawyer get 8 million, 6 million, she get 4 million. They happy.
Well, you know it's another one. It's supposed to be another one. She was talking
Hmm?
about it from,
Yeah,
I
another
think
one.
she said from
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my
2002
god.
to 2010.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all ought
Hey,
to see
hey,
this one. Y'all should see
what?
this one.
Same
Is it
female?
a black girl? Is it a black girl?
Nah, nah.
Mm-mm.
She spoiled
Mm-mm.
like milk.
Because I
But
seen a
yeah.
black girl
Yeah.
too. I seen
Miss
this
Key.
one girl that said something that happened, and I'm just looking like, okay, so this is the R. Kelly situation here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Hey, you know when somebody see somebody got the opportunity to make some money, everybody else come in.
Yeah, they want
You,
some too.
yes, they're like, oh, okay, I can do this right here, even though I told him to handcuff me to the bed and do what he want to do and whip
And
me.
I was of
And
age, right? Was she of age? All
yes,
these people of age.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I
All
Yeah.
these
was
people of
well.
Yeah.
age.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
and
that's clear.
so, but
Mm-hmm.
his fault. For he should know better. And the boys still stick to these stance that mess with somebody your own age, closer to your age. Stay away from these gold. And women and men both can be gold digging. You like I say, you got the guy with Sherry. Y'all ain't seen every time she kiss him, he wipes his mouth because he really don't want to be kissed
Yeah.
by. She about 70 years old.
Yeah,
He's what they're 30.
30s.
Good looking young man. I'm just saying that as a non
Outside looking in.
outside looking in, non homo
Homophobic.
homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be clean, fella. I'm trying. I'm
Just
trying.
be politically
Hey,
correct.
when we come
Dang
on,
it, man.
we say, I ain't gonna say
Mm-hmm.
anyway. But
You already
Hmm.
said
but he's with Cher and
Yeah,
Young.
exactly.
And now if I was with Cher, I ain't hurting, but I ain't got a whole bunch. But I'll be with Cher for the money too.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same token, Shannon Sharp is being used as the guy know for the money.
Mm-hmm.
The these young girls, if it's men too are just as guilty, would take advantage of women got money, and women would take advantage of men that got money when they're young. And Shannon Sharp has got himself in some trouble, and you can bet before it's over, he's gonna have to pay
Oh,
somebody
he gonna pay
something.
somebody.
Even if it's
This ain't
just
gonna go away.
enough to just shut up.
Yep.
Yes, something. He's gonna cost some money.
we got two
And
messages.
y'all know he called. She told him on one thing she wanted $50,000 per
50 million.
cheek. Uh-uh.
Oh,
50,000 per cheek, 25,000 per cheek.
who?
The girl in one text,
yeah.
25,000
Man.
when they were talking
25,000
sexual
per.
thing.
Yeah.
You remember
He,
that,
he
Jiggle?
said he
Mm-hmm.
was gonna do it one cheek.
25,000. She told me it's gonna cost him 25,000 per cheek. Now, if I gotta pay 25,000 per cheek, that's a darn. I ain't gonna curse. That's a darn shame.
Yeah, we got two messages out there real
Okay,
quick.
G.
Hey, before you play
All
that
right.
before you play the message, as JP was talking about Cher, I can just see him as she called his name to come downstairs. He got Crisco on his chest with a jock strap and cowboy boots, singing, "Do
Yes,
you
sir. Cowboy
believe
boots.
life after love?"
Yeah, you got that right, Road Dog. $25,000 per cheek, Road Dog.
Oh,
Boy, I
All
can
right,
do
you
a
go
lot
ahead.
with $25,000.
We're
Oh
going to play
my
the message.
God,
For sure.
Yeah, you go ahead.
go ahead, my brother.
Not the switcher, the hat around the back. Wow, what you want to do, Dale? What you want to do? You need your head rubbed on?
Gee, no, get that
I'm all alone in this audience. I want to join y'all so I can have a conversation with y'all too instead of leaving damn messages.
What we gonna do with that? Yeah, he don't.
Well,
I ain't saying that.
back to
I
what we was
seen
talking about.
some real interesting topics when I was looking up this stuff because I really didn't even know all
Mhm.
this was going on. You know?
Mhm.
Okay, so one of the biggest questions that I had is like, when you're a black man with money, how safe is it dating white women?
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You're like,
That's what I'm just telling
I
y'all a
don't
few of my
know.
questions that I came up with. I'm not saying that all white women do this, but I'm just saying like there's some, and because R. Kelly wasn't necessarily with a white person, so it's not like that. But I'm just thinking like
Mhm.
Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, you
What up,
know,
cousin G?
Mhm.
just a couple of men that just like got caught up in situations that included young, well, not, I mean, some of them are all different too, but like, say for instance, like, why is it always 3 or 4 years later and then somebody
because
comes
that
out with a sexual assault?
well, you got to think
But
about
then
it
they
too.
weren't underage. This one was not underage, so there's another variable in
What
this.
you think, Dale?
You know, well, you know what, and
Yeah,
and
that Dale.
it's just my point about it. The reason why is because look, it take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years because that person's still dealing with that person at the time. So now the blackmail start happening. You know what I'm saying? So look, man,
Mhm.
I haven't been messing with you in like 5 months. Where you at? What you doing? Oh, I see you with your new boo and all the
No,
stuff like
I see
that.
you with your new bitch.
Oh Lord Jesus, here we
Whoa.
go.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Whoa.
it
There
Whoa.
sounds
you go,
like
new boo. See,
that sounded like you've been
go
there
ahead,
Whoa,
before.
G.
That was real
it's a
aggressive.
rap song, ain't it?
Hey,
It's
G,
dry.
G say,
Whoa.
G say, I see you
He
with
said
your
that
new boo.
aggressive.
Like,
No,
He
whoa.
said with a. He
no.
said that with a hard B.
Hey,
A hard B.
He had a
Gigolo,
he
Gigolo.
had a
Yeah.
flashback.
The black woman
86
would
in
say,
Nagasaki.
Yeah. I
I see
know.
you, I see you with your new
Huh?
bitch.
Yeah.
But that
Whoa. Whoa.
and
It-
and that's the thing.
Is
The
that when the
thing about
troubles
it.
happen? I see you. I see ya.
Yeah, I see you.
You
but
got that right.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all, I
you know what
mean,
I mean.
we making jokes, but it all like everything unfolded because of the whole Michelle thing. She
Mm-hmm.
said it
Yeah.
was like she saw it like everybody else did and felt away.
Yes. Yes.
Cause though he did offer her 10 million and she
Oh
said
my
no.
goodness.
That's
Yeah.
what she said 50.
Yes.
Because you
So the Michelle
basically
thing kind
admitted,
of
but think about
backfired.
when you admit money. When you admit money,
Yes.
Yeah,
like even if it's shut
Yes.
up
yeah.
money, 10 million might have been shut up money, but she was like, well, shoot, since he just fell into the hole, I'm about to up the ante and see if he's going to go for the whole 50, 25
Yes.
million a cheek. So I don't
Exactly.
understand. Was this rape
Yes.
or assault? What was, I mean, I don't understand. Really don't
No.
understand what's
Rape
going
and assault
It,
on.
would have got him locked up.
no. It was a freak. It was what they call a freak off.
Right.
It was.
That's what
No,
I thought it
It was a
no.
freak
was.
off.
Talking about
He
Shannon
got
Sharp.
it on. She was for it. He was for it. Now he's gonna
Now
cost
he's
her.
Hmm.
gonna pay him. Yeah, you got to pay
Yes.
for it now.
Yes. She loved to be choked to the point where she passed out.
Here we go.
And I ain't choking nobody. I don't like to be. I ain't letting nobody choke me. But she
And now
like to
you
be
done
choked.
said, now you done sat alone and you done said,
Yes.
well, they got all this money and I don't have nothing and I just let them do this to me. Why would, okay, so all that is crazy to me. Like,
Yes.
why would you let somebody do that to you and you say you like it and put yourself in a compromising situation and then come after money? Well, see, people got to be safe.
Well, and you got to think about it too. Now, it only take like one of her ex boyfriends to come out. I mean, the private investigator
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead
gonna
the
be
private, and
investigated.
then the private investigator said, "Well, she liked doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Look, her couple last 2 or 3 boyfriends used to choke her out until she dang gone
Pass out.
She
pass out. You know what I'm
she
saying?
he got on recording what she want. She
Yeah,
requesting
she
they
said
do.
it, but then
But
she sit there and just said that I'm gonna choke you out.
yeah,
But
yeah,
she ain't said
yeah,
play
yeah.
the part that
Oh yeah.
she said.
I
So,
hear mother.
gentlemen, does this
Go
take
ahead.
me into
Hmm.
my next point? I
Go
was looking
ahead.
at the court TV and what they posted, and she labels herself as Jane Doe. So is that why she's not giving out no names so nobody can
She,
speak on that she is a freak?
well, they can do that Jane Doe thing, and that's one thing I
Yeah.
Yeah,
hate about the.
Hey,
That's one thing.
especially
Look, if I
if you the
let me
only
tell you, if I
person they
set you,
got.
Yeah.
she gonna be
My
a
bad.
Jane Doe. She try. If I got $50 million, she trying to get Jane Doe.
Like Jane Ho.
Mm.
But yeah, the good point. Good point, Miss K. But that's what she
My
is.
bad, G
Uh,
man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you fine.
and G, was she also on OnlyFans?
Yeah,
On OnlyFans?
that's what I was told she was.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She's on OnlyFans showing that thing off. I ain't paying nobody to show nothing off.
You would figure Shannon be a little smarter than
Yeah,
that.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Look,
a little
man,
sharper than
look,
that.
man,
But
look, man.
us as
Look,
men,
the box of crayon got what 24 different color in the box of crayons,
yes.
right? Am I right or wrong?
That's
Unless
true.
you from South
Right.
Carolina,
Well, what I mean?
12 crayons.
So tell me about the 12 crayons.
G, we limited, G.
No, tell me about the. So we limited. So what's the?
Oh, you from South Carolina, ain't
Yeah, but tell me about the 12. Why it's not 24?
we
Why you?
we too poor to have 24 crayons in a box of crayons.
So go ahead, elaborate a little bit
I
more.
just told you, G, we
Mm-mm.
ain't got that.
But you got
Hey,
you
never.
got
Hey,
but
when I was in school, we never had a box of crayons. Of course, now I started school in 1970. 70. Anyway, G, I leave that alone. And we had maybe 12 crayons
so
or 10
what was
crayons. I remember red, white, blue, yellow, green, brown, black, gold,
Purple.
purple, silver,
you missed the
Orange.
most
orange,
you missed the most important
and,
color.
Look,
gigolo.
No,
Black.
the most important color.
What was that? I say
What
gigolo, gigolo, right? Gigolo.
the most important color was
Huh?
pink.
Pink, pink. Gigolo back there. He say, oh, I had to
Huh?
mess
What
with
y'all
him
they
talking
for a
about?
minute. We ain't say nothing. Man, we ain't had no pink in no box of crayons.
Mm-hmm.
No, we did.
Yeah, you had to have a box of pink in there
Bull crap, G.
because that's when you had to.
G, we had no pink.
I had pink. I mean, it was like
wasn't it like the primary colors, the secondary colors,
You
and the
got that right,
tertiary
baby. Tell
colors,
G to stop lying. Miss K, you right. Tell him to stop lying. Pink is
and then the
not a
colors that were
primary color.
neutral. Yeah, then the neutral
that's
colors that was like white, brown, and black. Then that's when pink came in the 24 pack, I think.
so
Thank you,
that's
babe.
that, and that's
You
why.
hit right on the head. G lying over here. G, stop lying.
G man, stop.
G
G
from
man, quiet now,
G
man.
man
I'm
from
done.
Charles.
I can't no
G
more.
G from Charles. He probably had 24 crayons in a box. Hello, 4 up this way. We can have about 12 crayons. 10, 10 or 12.
12 of the
See,
basics, and then the 24 expanded it, didn't it?
Yeah, you got it. Miss K, I like you. You all right.
Oh my God.
But what was our
so
subject, G?
if you look at it, Shannon Sharp, I think that he don't know that he was one. Look, I'm gonna say once
Mm-hmm.
was one of the most powerful
Oh,
podcast persons.
yes. Yes.
He is,
Now
yeah.
people are not listening to him.
Yeah.
I look at the
I
stuff
listen
with
to
him and
him.
Bow Wow.
Yeah.
It only had at the time, and it was like this would be the third day out of the third day. It's only at 250 something thousand, two
Yes.
hundred sixty something thousand views.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he talked,
Over
it
me,
used to be
G.
over like almost close to a million
Yes.
in 2-3 days.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes we can hurt ourselves. We can hurt ourselves.
But yeah,
No, it's not.
Let's also put in perspective. He had Bow Wow on there, so
Yeah. Hey,
we
you
look at it
got
like
that
bro,
that.
right.
no, you got to think about it.
That
But
Little Bow Wow got not little man Bow Wow got he got a lot of tea on him for stuff.
hey, gotcha.
He ain't little Bow Wow no more.
No,
When you start making kids, you
everybody
you're
little
man.
now they big Bow Wow, old Bow Wow.
to be honest with you, until he started like losing numbers on Nightcap, I really
Yeah,
won't worry
I
about it.
like Nightcap, and
Yeah, I
and
agree.
yeah, I
So,
like go ahead, G.
so last thing before we go talk about the other topic. So, what do you guys
Hmm.
feel as though that Shannon need to do? I
He
mean,
need to let the big head. this is Pat JP talking. He need to use the big head and stop thinking with the little head. That's my number one thought. Stop thinking with the little head and use the big head.
All right. Hey, Gerard, what do you think he need to do?
If he's guilty of whatever it is, then he just need to go ahead and claim it, pay whatever it is, and call it a day. Because what's gonna happen
Yeah.
is he's gonna still get the memes for the next few months, and then his podcast will fall off a little bit, and then like, we'll do what we do with everyone else. We bring them back into the fold.
Yeah.
Like I said, with R. Kelly, if he was to get out tomorrow and do a concert, it's
I'm
gonna be
going.
sold out.
I'm going.
I know
I
you.
mean,
I'm pretty
look,
sure you
if
would. I'm pretty
if
sure you would.
R. Kelly go, he come. I'll tell you right now, I am going because that man can sing. Miss Key, what you think? What you think?
Can y'all give me a second as I talk on this real quick, and I'm gonna close it
We're
up
gonna
like
give you
that.
more
Okay.
than a second.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Because I really did do my research, and I have some questions too. So, anyways, I feel like he got blindsided by this lawsuit. I feel like he really
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything, and all of this was really
Set
a
up.
little plot or whatever, a setup. Yes, and I wonder, was he about to, with him being so popular in the podcasting and what he was doing, making more money now? Was this a move that was going to bring him into another bracket, a tax bracket, or some type of
Oh
like
yeah.
Yes.
annual salary to where they had to stop him? Or somebody he compromised something to where I'm into conspiracies, right? So I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people go down because they're about to enter into something
Blow up.
bigger and somebody else
Oh
didn't
my
want them to go
goodness.
into it.
No,
So
you good.
I really feel like this man was about to enter into something bigger, and they was
Yeah.
just trying to stop him. And now he's blindsided by this lawsuit, which he could have just shut up and said, take this to trial. Take this
Yeah.
to trial. Let's take it to trial and just see what happens. And I bet you this man would have won if he would have just shut up.
Well, okay, so now you said conspiracy. So that's a good thing. So when you think about conspiracy and all the stuff like that, and I know that we need to go to the other topic, and I hate to actually bring this part up. Hey, look,
G,
if you're gonna be
when
talking while
you
I'm
talk
talking,
to the people,
if you're
leave
gonna
me
be
alone.
if you're gonna be talking,
Talking to Dale, G.
you can't have a conversation
G, you
going.
can't tell me, G.
I'm
I'm
look.
older than you.
This will
G,
not work out
G.
tonight. If I gotta
We
keep
ain't getting
talking
along.
if I gotta keep
I was
talking
whispering, talking to
I need
Dale.
you and Dale to respect my look.
G,
What do you say?
G.
I reclaim my time.
I guess I need to get on my knees and bow down, fellas, to
Oh
No
Lord.
G.
man, don't bow down on your
Oh
knees, man. That
wow.
look like you. No, that look like you Kanye West.
Who he bowed to, G?
Now he say he like having sex with men.
His
Oh,
cousin.
sorry, but look,
Kanye say that.
Oh my
so
gosh.
so
You got that
so
right, babe.
Miss Key, you're 100% right when you say conspiracy. I mean,
Yes.
like, cause it's a lot of that try to shake down the
You
African
good?
American guy. And
Right.
these guys who got money, they are so dumb.
Dumb. You
They're
got that
so
right,
Man.
dumb,
G.
man. And I mean, like, you
They're
got so
dumb.
much of money and you don't got away with
Yeah.
something and you go back and do
Yeah. Yeah.
man, imagine, look, I'm gonna tell you, if I had $100 million and they say I had a bunch of freak off and I
Uh-huh.
got away with it, I ain't having no more freak
No,
off.
no, no.
I ain't having no more baby oil in my room.
Mm-mm.
I ain't having no
Yeah.
petroleum gel.
Yeah.
I ain't having no KY.
Yes.
I ain't having no dang on butt plugs. I ain't
Yeah.
having no dang on cinnamon,
Yes.
Wow.
no gas station Viagra.
I
I ain't having
hear
none of that.
you. I First
Wow.
of all, I got a best friend that we became best friends when I got rich type attorney on my team that told me to shut the up. You feel me? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
speaking on nothing. Take this thing to trial. If y'all think y'all got enough on me, let's go. This girl, I want y'all
Yes.
to pull up everything where the girl that had a conversation with me and she was trying to trap me in a conversation. All y'all have is entrapment right now through conversation where it sound
Oh yeah.
like there was something much more than what it was. But really, if I'm talking to her and she cordial with me, it don't sound like no victim to me.
You
If the
got that
glove
right,
don't
babe.
fit, if the glove don't fit, we
I,
must have
all right,
quit. Don't
OJ.
play with
All
me.
right, OJ. But you're right, babe. Uh, the glove don't fit. But like I say, we got to be. That lets us know we got to be careful in life when we got lots of wealth. And he's just got a new. You know, they was looking at yes. and he's got so much money coming in now.
Yeah.
And the lawyers, you got to remember. Did y'all remember the
Busby,
case?
that's his name, Busby, that attorney that.
Yes. Did y'all? Gee, do you remember the female that weighed about 500 pounds that sued Uber? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They call her big yank, big. I call her big stank.
Oh
But
Lord.
Big
yeah,
stank.
cause she kept me, whatever the
Big
hell her name
stank.
is. She kept me there. She got, but I can't help it, fella. But big stank. But she sued Uber, but she wanted to get in this man's car, and he wasn't allowed in it, cause she's about 500 pounds, and the
Mm.
lawyers hurry up and rush to her aid. Now we noticed that case and got quiet. Did you see that one?
I didn't
She
see that.
there, she was.
I'm quite sure she
She's
got
a rapper.
paid.
Uh, uh, Miss Key, you familiar with her? She's a rapper. She
I heard
weighs
about
about
it. Yes, I
500
did
pounds,
see it.
and she
I did.
sued Uber because the guy wouldn't let her in his vehicle.
That's
Anyway, he
right.
was saying she couldn't fit. Well, see, now this wouldn't be possible, all these lawsuits without lawyers. Just like Miss Key said, the glove didn't fit. Lawyers pushing the issue because in the end they collect more than the person that files the lawsuit.
So what? So my question is, what if the condom don't fit? You must have quit.
You,
Whoa.
You can't.
gee,
If it don't fit, you can't go in.
Whoa.
First of all, the girl,
Whoa.
this is why I'm not really beating this man down, Shannon down, is because she was of age
you got
and
that
her
right, babe.
background, and she demonstrates herself as Jane Doe to conceal her identity. Why?
Because it should
Why?
be
Why is
Jane.
she concealing her identity so nobody can say, "Oh, well, this girl been passed around and she's all in the industry"? Because once her name hit, what's going to happen on Google? This woman's on what did y'all say? OnlyFans and all this other
Yes,
stuff, and they're gonna make her look
only
bad, just like the
Mm-hmm.
person with
yes,
Trump, just like the lady that was with Trump that tried to put herself out there. This woman was all in the sex industry. So they're using these plants, these people that's
Yeah.
already in the sex industry to try to
Yeah.
bring someone down. I think what's the scariest part is the 50 million. When you hear 50
Yeah.
million, you pretty much lost your house, your
Yeah.
cars, your kids, any woman that liked you, and everybody else a part of your crew. So like, yeah, he's looking at the money because he's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he could just say,
Yeah.
I'm shutting up and I'm not saying nothing. Give me the best attorney, get the best attorney and fight it like the rest of them did or tried to.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know if you, Miss Key, if you remember back in like when the late great Kobe Bryant was alive, and when he went to that hotel in Denver, and he had sex with that girl, and then when the girl found out who he was and all that stuff like that, she said that he sexually assaulted her, but she already had semen from somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
That
what he
was
ended up doing,
clear. That's
And
but
he was a
crazy.
but
nutcase.
but what ended up happening, it kind of ruined him because a lot of people, a
500
lot of
pounds.
our people say, man, dang, man, he got a beautiful wife. And he said that he went to the hotel room with someone who already had sex the day before,
Yeah,
right then. Like, I don't know if she had, I will not say this because I don't know if she had sex an hour before she went to work, but she had sex with Kobe Bryant. And then
yeah.
she said that he
I
sexually
remember.
assaulted her. But when they did the DNA, come to
Yeah,
find
she
out,
had.
she had
Yeah,
multiple. Not
yeah.
they ain't not one,
But
but she had
multiple
multiple
sperms.
sperm in her.
I remember it well.
Well,
So Miss Key, go ahead, Miss Key.
I guess the moral to that story would be I hope you got talent because they still loved him because he had talent. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Like, so,
But
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But
people gonna love you and hate you
about
regardless.
500 pounds.
And you
but you
might
know
mess
people.
up and everybody does.
She's trying to drop it like
But you know, Miss Key, I can say
G. I ain't talking to you.
I'm John. I can't no more. I
G,
can't talk over you and
my
talk at the
boys.
same time.
G don't think
So
I.
you
I
so
really
the thing
studied
is,
this. I want to know why y'all didn't come
Listen,
to
G.
play. Y'all didn't come to swing in the field. What's going on? Where first place at? Where's second place? Who
Alabama
batting? Who the
State,
high?
G.
What's going on? Y'all didn't come for this show, but we
You
can
know
switch the
that G.
topic for y'all.
There, she thinks like a
well,
man.
And she did her homework.
Yes. Go ahead, G. G, you
Shoot,
got a response. Answer them.
I did some real research.
Yeah,
Roll
yeah,
over quiet too.
Oh, the,
yes. Hey, babe, when you know,
Huh?
you know.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, we appreciate that too. Hey, and the hey, well, anyway, I was talking about that female rapper that sued Uber. Her name was
thank the most.
Dank the Moss, and I call her Stank the Moss
Mm.
because she was every bit 500 pounds. You know, at
Yeah, I
500
know you.
pounds, maybe I ask y'all something. At 500 pounds, how do you wipe your butt? 500 pounds. She sued Uber because she wanted to get in this cat's car. And he said no, he lost his job. But there ain't no way that big woman was gonna get. He could have been a big man. But you weren't gonna get in that car at 500 pounds in the back seat. He said my car's too small for you. I've tried before. Anyway, so people look for opportunities, and Shannon Sharp should know
Hmm.
better in the position that he's in, that there's somebody that's out there to get him. So it's his own fault.
that's right.
He can't blame anyone but himself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I think he's
Yeah.
just a man. You know,
Yes.
he's just a person. So
No. Go
even
ahead.
though he got money, even though he got money, or he was broke, he liked fun time. It's just now he
Road
got
dog.
more access.
Road dog. He liked fun time, road dog. But you still can't let the little head
Mr. Fun
outthink the
Time.
big head.
That's true.
Mr.
Road
Nasty
dog.
Yeah,
Time.
You're right, Miss K. But you still can't let the little head outthink the big head.
Miss Key.
I'm sorry. Who did I call Miss Key?
You call her Miss K.
Miss K, but it's Miss Key.
Well,
Miss
Miss
Key.
K, Miss K, Miss Key.
Mm.
I apologize. Since the boys come to correct me, I called you Miss K, Miss Key.
Mm.
It's
But you still
okay.
can't
I
let.
knew you talking to me.
I didn't know who I was talking to. Thank you, babe.
Mm.
But you
yeah.
can't let
I
the
mean,
little
think
head
about it. He
outthink.
got. Hmm.
What say, Ro?
You got to.
Oh no, I'm just saying he got that scattered ass tossed at him. Ain't no
Yeah.
difference than somebody working at Lowe's.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
You're
You
gonna go
live
ahead and
low,
carry that
man.
flower. You're gonna
You
carry
live
that
low.
flower pot to her
Yes.
car
He
in hopes to get
road
their
dog.
phone number. It ain't
Road
no
dog. He
difference.
should know. He should know
Mm.
better.
Y'all are
Yeah,
silly.
He should know better. Hey,
yeah, that's true.
I ain't got that kind of money, and I know better. So I know he should know better.
He said, look, he said he run these shows 9 times out of 10. He probably got people with access like that. You already know they're gonna have somebody, at least one or two people in every state drop
Yeah.
Hmm.
scattered. So that way when they fly in to do something, that's the person that they're gonna call.
Yes. As
So
Yeah.
Miss Key pointed out, I think it was her that talked about Tiger Woods. And it's funny she said that because me and G, I don't know if Dale had got here yet. We was talking about Tiger Woods. And Tiger Woods had him something set up everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm.
And all he had to do once he got there, he already had them waiting on him. And G, how you put it, he was only caught because he was drunk and his wife checked his cell phone.
When he went
When
to
he went to
yeah,
sleep,
when he went to
he
sleep.
checked. So fellas, a new lesson. Ladies, a new lesson. Make sure you got a lock on your cell phones.
Oh my goodness.
I
If you
apologize.
gonna mess up,
don't you tell her
do
that.
it the right way. Okay.
You're gonna have people over
Mm.
here
PSA
catching somebody
announcement.
sleep.
Go ahead.
People gonna be
Yes.
sleeping, they're gonna be lifting up eyelids trying to unlock their damn phone.
Shadour.
Yeah. Yes.
Or you do like some, they
Gigolo.
put their phone underneath their pillow.
Say that again, my
Yeah.
brother.
Some they put their phone underneath their pillow.
So,
Cause
And
for
no,
they
you to
no.
get
sleep
it, you're
light,
gonna have to
don't
move
they?
them.
They sleep light,
Yep.
don't they, Gerard?
Leave light. Exactly.
Sleep
If
light.
Miss Key,
Soon as they get
if,
to that corner of that pillow, you turning
hey,
around.
hey,
Everything
hey,
all right?
Gigolo,
You good?
Gigolo.
You good over there?
How would you know unless you with them ones that put their phone under the corner of their pillow?
Mm.
Nah, I'm not
It
talking
just
about
sounds
me.
like
I'm
that's
just
the
talking about
right
in general.
scenario.
How
Yeah,
would
that
you
sounds
know
like a scenario.
No,
I
you
don't
know
know.
my
I don't know.
experience.
I don't know
They
nothing.
be,
I don't know nothing.
yes. You saw them Japanese women I used to date. I know nothing.
Okay.
I nothing. I don't know nothing.
Japanese woman.
Yeah,
You like it
JP
now.
International Love.
What's say there?
JP International Love.
Don't get me in trouble there, boy.
Mm.
That's
You the one brought it
crazy.
up. Talking about don't get me in trouble.
Hey, I'm talking to
Hey,
Dale
hey,
Gigolo. Gigolo,
hey,
but you the
hey.
one said that someone put their phones under their pillows. I don't know
Yeah,
nothing
some
about
do.
that now. How would you know now? Unless you with the ones that put their phone under their pillow. While you in bed
Yeah, he called
If
beside
them the
them,
tooth
you,
fairies.
probably got some other
if,
man's
if
woman.
you, if you got what? You said I got somebody's woman. What are you talking about?
I apologize, bro. I was just teasing. No, I was.
No, you wasn't. But all right.
Hey, you're who you are. You. That's why your name is Gigolo, bro.
No, you said that. You gave me that name.
I think it's fitting in the fact. What may I ask you something? Why do your own brother not disagree with me giving you that name?
Because it's funny for him to disagree than to agree with me. It makes it more funny. That's why.
You talk about?
And
Why would you say something like
Exactly.
that?
What it is.
yeah,
Well, no, enough with that
Dale,
topic. We're gonna go ahead and segue over to So how y'all feel about Shaduer Sanders dropping all the way to the fifth round?
That was wrong. It was
Yeah,
wrong. It was
And
NFL.
do
Like I
y'all think
said,
there was some?
NFL owner trying to show him,
collusion.
trying to set an example.
That's what I was getting ready to
but
say.
Gigolo, did he still answer this for me? Because I've been watching and trying to keep up with you guys. Bring me up to date. But did he still get with the team he wanted to be with?
No. But again, he's with the
No.
Cleveland Browns
Yeah.
now.
That was
Yeah.
the youngest son, right?
No, youngest son went with
No. Yeah. It is.
Was
no, he's
Yeah.
the
Yeah. The
oldest.
Shador is the youngest.
The oldest son went with Tampa Bay.
say it again.
Because remember
The
the
oldest, yes,
yeah, the
yes,
oldest
yes,
went
Yeah.
yeah.
with
So he,
Tampa.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
now the youngest son, Gigolo, what was that? What was your response?
Oh no, the youngest
Shador
one.
went
He
to Cleveland.
went to Cleveland.
Yeah,
Well, he
Shador
seemed
went to Cleveland.
that y'all answer me. I seen that, but he seemed excited when now the older brother didn't they draft both of them to Cleveland,
Yeah,
and the
no,
older brother made the choice
No.
that he had to be under the
under
lights.
Tampa.
He had to be where people could see him because that's when he played his best, right? That's the older brother. But the younger brother had no problem to be with Cleveland. But the older brother pretty much talked trash. He said that he talked about Cleveland not having nothing there, how LeBron James left Cleveland.
Not the older brother. It's the younger
Help
brother.
me out, G.
It's the younger
Younger
brother.
brother.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's why they kept on passing on him because
so he ended up with Cleveland, G.
yeah, well, he
Shador.
ended, yeah.
He
Shador went to
what
Cleveland.
so I was the one that talked all the trash about Cleveland.
He talked trash about everything.
Mm-hmm.
He I mean he
But he like his dad. His
no
dad always talk trash.
he performed. He look. Let me just say this: when you get an interview for a job and all that stuff like that, you got to do your very best. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, he did not do his
I,
very
I
best.
heard him. I heard what he said. And I said, that's not good. You know, what
Well,
talk
what
he had there. Go ahead, my brother.
I mean, cut y'all. But what I think is, I don't think all that is true because now all of a sudden, all this stuff is coming out because you got people that standing behind Shador because they felt like he shouldn't have been pushed that far down. So now
Mhm.
everybody's saying that he failed all these. He didn't show up prepared for interviews. He didn't do none of like all this
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm like, I don't believe all that to be true. Cause think about it. When Lamar Jackson came out, if Baltimore didn't move back up to go get him, he would have been in the same situation. So
Uh-huh.
I feel like some of it might be true. I don't think all of it is true. They trying
Okay.
to save face because
Yes.
they know what they did was wrong. They did not have to push him all the way down to the fifth round.
Yes. And
I do
and
not believe that man went in there unprepared. They took what they saw with the sunglasses when he scored a touchdown. He put the wrist up, showing as far as the watch or whatever. I think a lot of that is they used that as bulletin board because they already knew that Dion them they wanted a seat at the table. They thought they could be
yes.
able to do what Archie Manning and Eli did. It didn't work like that.
Mhm.
So I think it was more we're gonna put them in their place, and that's why.
That's interesting because his daddy was the same way when he first
Yes.
when he
You
first came out.
Hmm.
you got that right,
Yeah, he was
brother. I
cocky.
remember it well.
He was cocky. Dion was cocky.
Very
That's why I
arrogant,
said they
very
they used
cocky, very outspoken. Go ahead,
So they
Jado.
use bulletin board. No, I'm just saying they just use bulletin board stuff. Like I said, do I feel like he felt? There's no way possible. You messed up all your interviews, all of them,
Yeah,
even the team that you wanted to go to, which was the Giants,
But you
because
got
they
to
were
remember
all
too.
in on him
You got
yes.
to remember
at
it don't take
first.
about one. It don't take about one time for you sit in an interview just because you don't want to go to that team and you say something out of the way and they spread it. You got to remember it's like a brotherhood in the NFL. One GM will tell the other
Yeah.
GM to tell the other
Or the
GM, the other
owners.
G, the owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of
But
the
does it
day,
make it right
even though
though?
he no, it man, life ain't right. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it.
It ain't
I
right
understand
and it
that.
ain't
I
fair.
understand. I
Life ain't right.
understand. I understand
But
that.
think
But with every,
so.
but go ahead.
No,
No, go
you
ahead.
go ahead. Finish.
No, you go ahead.
I'm a Giants fan, and I would have loved to see Shadour in New York. I would have loved it. But at the end of the day, I'm being real. You know, Giants wasn't taking no quarterback like of that caliber. They haven't. They've had opportunities to get great quarterbacks in other drafts, and they let them go. I'm not gonna say why, but at the end of the day, they have a type, and Shadour just was
Okay.
not the type.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was not their type. He was not their cup of tea.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And
that's
I
right.
know they picked up Jameson. I know they picked up Wilson. I know that. But at the end of the day, their upper draft pick in regards of a quarterback, it was who? Dart.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of their prototype. That's more of their style.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, we shall see. I'm again.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Shador. I want him to go to Cleveland and do exceptionally well. I want him to decimate some teams when he have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Again, like I said again, you don't pick it because of his brashness. Shador ain't broke. He's
Yeah,
coming into the league a billionaire.
yeah.
If he never play a down, he ain't never gonna miss a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't never gonna miss a meal.
That's right.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like I said, pay the man what
Hmm.
he's worth. Like I said, brash or not, whoever
Yeah,
his dad
he
is
is
or not,
brash. He got it
get it.
honestly.
He was a first round draft
Yes.
pick automatically and given.
Yes.
But again, to humble him, to show him a lesson, to
Yeah.
teach him a lesson, they let him go at number five,
Yeah. Hey,
fifth round.
yeah. As
Yeah,
Miss
it's
Keegan
That
like
was
said, he's
more
so much
to
like
the,
his
that
dad.
was
it's
more
like
to
His
show
whole
modern
name
day.
is
Dion.
him.
It was more to show Shador and Dion
Yes.
that you do
Yeah.
not have a seat at this table. So that's what
Yes.
that was. Because
Modern.
how can you trash one person for what another person did?
Would you got that right.
Yeah, it's
Eli Archie
modern
said he
day.
wasn't going to the Chargers. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's modern day book breaking. When you actually think about it,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said with Eli. Eli
Mm-hmm.
said, "I'm not playing for the Chargers." Archie said he's not playing for the Chargers. Everybody know
Mm-hmm.
you get drafted. You have to put the hat on to go across stage. What Eli did, he held that
Yes.
hat. Nobody said nothing about it. You
That's right.
got Johnny Manziel, who was cocky, showboated. He out getting drunk. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Still got drafted.
Yep.
Snorting coke. It was nothing. It was everything was fine with it. Oh, he just wild, but he's
Yeah.
good on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, like John Elway. I ain't playing for the
Yeah.
Colts. If they draft me, I'm playing baseball. His dad said the same
Uh-huh.
thing. What happened? He ended up going to Denver. Everybody
Yep.
forced their way, but then when you see, it's not. I understand when people look at other picks, but everybody knows the quarterback is the one that they say that's your field general. That's supposed to
Yes.
be the intellectual position on the team.
Yes, sir. He's the thinker, Road
Anytime
Dog.
it is somebody that's that look like us, that is good, there's always something that get that to push them down. Oh, is
Uh-huh.
this? Is that? But then the other one can do the same thing, and then oh no, like they said about Archie Manning. Oh no, he's looking after his boy. He's looking after
Yeah.
his kids. Dion do it,
So why?
it's a
Yes.
So
problem
how come it's okay for Archie to do it, but not okay for Dion to do it?
Yes. Hey,
because
hey, you know,
they ain't gonna
Dion
buck
brought
break
that
each other.
point up. Yeah.
All I'm saying is now you got to look at the NFL,
Yes.
and again, like I said, at one point in time, African American quarterback was unacceptable in the NFL. He was unacceptable because he couldn't think. He wasn't a field general. But
Yeah.
now again, look at the complexion of the NFL now. It's changing. You have again, look at Jalen. Again, he's changing minds about people. You know, look at Baltimore's quarterback changing minds about
Yeah.
people. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I said again, you got these guys are making a statement and making a name. Black quarterbacks can think they can play this game.
Well, you got to remember now, like with Jalen Hurts and all that stuff like that. He was at Alabama. I mean, he was at Oklahoma, right? He
Mm-hmm.
went to Alabama, then
Hmm.
went to Oklahoma or something like that.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
how the way they did him, you know what I'm saying? And then when they win that national, they had needed him to win the national championship
Mm-hmm.
because Tua was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, like sometimes when it's time for you to swallow that pill and in your time and all that stuff like that, your time will come up. But they always do that. I mean, people in general always pit the and matter of fact, I gotta say it's a race thing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say that
Yeah,
because
it's obvious.
it's always gonna be a race thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But because he being brassy and all that stuff like that, and he
Yes.
do what he do, and I mean, a lot of people
Yes.
they just can't accept that. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And
Yes.
look, and like I told somebody this, and I told somebody we were talking about it at work. I was telling them, I said, Dion came in the lead when
Yes.
he came in the lead wearing a shade and a chain,
Yeah.
and Dion Jr. had on the chain too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that of course he gonna actually built that in his kids. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
And,
So I mean
and when you
that's just my thought about it. You know?
yes, and G, you're right. When you're good, you're good, and they know they're good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
you know. All right,
Yeah.
you getting too
You know,
quiet here, fella.
it's like no, I agree with everything y'all said. You know,
Yes,
Re-
but
you
and
can
real quick too,
be humble.
you guys remember
Hmm.
now again just recently, Shador got that prank phone call.
no,
Yeah.
Dale, it brings up the day.
Shador
Yeah,
got a
the night
prank
of the
phone
draft.
call from one of the other teams that had his,
Falcons
yeah, left his
Falcons.
I guess his
son,
son, yeah, gave
defensive
access to,
coordinator.
yeah. And then again, they called Shador to tell him that he was drafted.
No, he did. He said that we gonna draft
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
not right now.
Uh-huh. So, like I said again, that cost him $350,000.
The
Mm.
team.
The team
It
Yes,
cost the
three
team.
hundred and fifty thousand dollars
what that?
for now. Like I said again, if that was somebody else, would the consequences been a little higher?
Mm-hmm.
350 grand.
Did they call?
Look,
Did they really
But the
call?
No,
dad,
the son did.
but
Yeah.
the
Yeah, the
dad,
dad
he
got
got
fired though,
sued.
didn't
Defensive
The
coordinator got
dad,
fired.
no, he didn't get
Okay.
fired. No, he didn't get fired.
he? No.
He
Yeah,
got sued
no,
for a
he
hundred
got fined.
thousand.
but they were
He got
serious.
fined.
He
But
got
they
fined a
really
hundred thousand.
He got fined. But you know what? We in some time that we need to realize that if look, we need to support our own people.
We do.
And we don't do a very
no.
good job in doing
We
that. You know what I'm saying? We run away from it and then we run someplace else. But the saddest thing about it is that if we, like you said, Dale, if we had did that same thing, if
Yeah.
someone had did, they would actually persecute that for us.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you don't supposed we're gonna fire your dad and
Yeah.
all this stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's sad.
Well,
It,
now that we're gonna take it a little further, and it's a little off NFL. You're gonna look at the insurrection at the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Picture this now. Uh, 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 every person that was there is now African American.
Mm-hmm.
We're
pick
riding
them up.
we're in chart we're in full swing of an insurrection at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Black men at the White House.
That's too deep for them.
Come on.
That's too deep.
And
That
as
You
soon
can
as the
ran you
black
can
men
ran over with a
president
damn
Uncle
tank.
Donald gets settled, he start
that's
letting
too
them
deep.
go.
That's too deep, man.
I say a lot of us wouldn't have made it off the White House grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They would have. Now that's just me.
that's too deep.
I mean, like I said,
They would.
insurrection. They went in. They threatened to kill the vice president. They hurt officers. They destroyed property. And I don't see. Didn't hear one shot fired.
But
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, is that people. This is life, man. Look, the life that we deal with. People pick and choose things. They
Mm-hmm.
pick and choose. Like if African American do something, they want to actually hang us or
Yeah.
they prosecute us and all that stuff like that. But if the different colors do it,
Yeah.
then it's something totally different. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? So you
Yes.
gotta understand
It
Yes.
that.
no longer matters.
And then we are not the
Yes.
second class citizen no more.
No.
And we look, the Spanish people already took over.
Yes.
Yeah.
We moved from that a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
And G, you're right. But we're all from that old school where we know and we can see those things. The younger
You
generation,
know.
may not be able to see it, but we can see what's going on in that. Uh, Muhammad Ali, we used to run his mouth back in the 70s. See, we still, me, G, Dale, we all, and the boys, we all from that generation. He talked much trash. And they didn't like him because he was black. They didn't even like him talking, the white man. And I never forget what he said. They say, champ, people want to see you lose. He's, yeah, I know. He say, some want to see me lose. Some want to see me win, but they all pay to see me fight.
That's right.
So he would let them know he made money regardless.
Win or
And
lose.
yeah, so things haven't changed, and we all know Deion Sanders had always had a big mouth, and I loved old Sanders when they were playing.
But he never changed who he
He
was.
is who he is.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I loved about
He never changed who
him.
he
And his
was.
boys just got the same thing in
They
him,
got
the
it out. Yeah,
dancing and
they got it from.
so
So why
respect.
so why change yourself
Yes.
just to
Don't
actually get? Yeah, you're not supposed to
yeah,
change yourself.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Be somebody totally
so
different.
so we can see what this whole situation is. They're trying, as the guys pointed out, they're trying to make an example of him and say, well, we still call the shots.
Yeah,
But you still need your players. And they're the assets, not liabilities, because if you ain't got them, you ain't gonna make no money.
that's right.
All right. So before we this was a great episode. Before we close out, I got a question. Before we do the final thought, it got nothing to do with what we talking about, but they got the thing they doing now. 100 men against one gorilla. What y'all think?
My hey, can I tell you something, my brother? Bam,
I got to
bam,
hear
tell you
this.
about no, you got to hear this
Hmm.
a true story. My
Hmm.
brothers, you got to hear a true story now. My father's name is Jim Patterson, and Kershaw, South Carolina, and he fought a gorilla back in the early 70s. So that he's known as the man that whipped the gorilla. And so he was feared in Kershaw the whole time I grew up, uh, because everybody always talked about the fact that he fought a gorilla. Uh, and back in them days, they brought gorillas around in cages,
Sure did.
and they would pay you to go in the cage with them. If you win, you get $10, $10, not $100, not $1,000. So my father, so people talk about it to this day, and
Wow.
there's still some that live that talks about it. So he's known as the man that fought a gorilla. And I was telling the guys about, and people ask me about it, and they talk about it all the time. And he was just one man that fought a gorilla, and it's a true story. And they say he won. So if one man can win fighting against a gorilla, I think 100 of us ought to be able to beat the hell out of a gorilla. A
Wow.
hundred
I
of
don't
us.
know.
I
Hey,
don't
I
but
know.
don't know,
that's a
dog.
true
I gotta
story
see.
now.
I gotta see how the first. I gotta see how the first five do.
Gigolo, you a play,
Well,
you a
one
play
Mr.
lover, you a
Jim,
you.
one Mr. Jim will knock him out, is what I'm listening to.
I
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Jim
gotta see
Patterson
what the
was a
first
joke.
five do.
But
The
Miss
first
Kitty,
five.
true story, true story.
I gotta see the first five. And see what
But
happened with them before I put myself out there.
well, that's what lovers do. They're lovers, not fighters. You're not gonna fight nobody you
What are
love
you? What are
unless
you
you
talking
got
about?
to.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Road
about?
dog, I'm
What are you
talking to
talking
Road
about?
You
dog.
know
I'm
the
finished
You want
talking
to
to
see
you.
somebody fight a gorilla?
you know what you're talking about. You know what you're
I
You
talking
want
about.
to see somebody
don't know
fight
what
a
you're talking
gorilla?
about. I don't know what you're talking about.
You talking about the return of Gray Sweats. You know what you're talking
You
about.
got that right, Road dog.
We talking about 100 men against one gorilla.
Hey, and
Well,
I'm
the
That's what
telling
we
gorilla's
you,
gonna
talking
my
about.
walk
father.
off and it's gonna be a cold case. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey,
A cold case.
what you think,
All
Miss
right.
Kitty?
About the gorilla?
At 100 men, 100 women, or whoever fighting a gorilla.
No comment.
Yeah, but fellas, this is a true story. What I'm speaking. So yeah, my father for the longest people were scared of him. Even when he got older, they always talk about he was the man that fought that gorilla, Kershaw, South Carolina, a little small town with a few stoplights, and so uh, So I've had people approach me and ask me who my father was. When I tell them, they get to talking about that even now, and I'm almost 60 years old. So they never forgot that. So
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Road Dog,
Yeah.
if my father can whip a gorilla by himself,
Mm, mm,
there ain't no
Mm-hmm.
way me, you, G, Dale, Miss Key, and the Gigolo falling up the rear, we can't whip a gorilla together.
mm, mm, mm,
There
I
ain't no
mean,
way.
I stand back and watch. You know.
I feel like I feel like I need to be far away from that situation as much as possible. Y'all can tell me how it went.
Okay, well we see where you stand, brother. I thought you loved
I would think y'all would leave with me and not even do it, but hey, you know.
us.
But
Yeah, I just
we're
don't
gonna go
see
ahead.
it.
I'm gonna get everybody's final thought before we close out. So we're gonna start with Dale
Final
tonight.
thought. Again, we look at tonight's episodes. Again, like I said, again, we look at some injustice in the NFL, and hopefully it'll get fixed.
Hmm.
Looking at Shannon Sharp again, like I said, a man of his age, experience, and wisdom. You
Yes.
feel he'd be a little smarter, a little wiser.
Yeah.
Again, I look at that interview with him and Monique, and again, being an
Yeah.
older man,
She.
I agree. Again, Shannon, sometimes, and I know you like what you like, you want what you want, but at the end of the day, like I said again, a mature way of looking at this would have kept $50 million in your pocket. We
Yes.
just talking.
Yes.
But again, we continue to love each and one of our listeners, each and one of our callers. Miss Key, you've been excellent.
Yes.
Again, we continue
Very
to thank
very
all those that
wise.
just called in. We respect and love all of you guys, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go next. Just remember, never forget how far you come.
Oh
You know what I
God,
mean?
yeah,
Life,
excellent,
Ye-
life is short,
Yes.
excellent,
and at the end of the day, just never forget that.
excellent,
And that's
Yes.
just my,
excellent.
you know, that's
Hey,
just my spill.
gee, that's very good advice. Never forget. And and I'm with the guys that with the Shannon Sharp incidents. And I'm gonna tell you again, think with your big head, not with your little head. That little head gets you in a lot of trouble because
Always, every
Mhm.
day.
it doesn't work well. And Dale is right. Monique told him, set your old off in the curse, set your old butt down, get you a woman, your speed. And I was at a Hooters with my good friend of mine, and there was some little young
Oh, we
girls
got
walk.
one message.
There was some little young girls walking around with their little. It could have been guys, but these were girls walking around with their little skimpy outfits on. And they goes, "Hey man, look at this little girl. Hey, check her out." He was about my age, and I spent around, looked at her. She looked like my granddaughter.
Oh
And
no.
I said, "Man, you just make my stomach weak." Gee, it just messed me up. I said, "Bro, she look like my granddaughter."
That's right.
So get you somebody your speed and your age,
Your age. That's
and I
right.
can't move too fast. So, so yeah, and I think we'll be a lot happier with that. And then what was the other? Shannon Sharp,
Shannon Sharp,
and what was the other? And
and
with
Shadour.
and Shadur. Dad just and the boys just being who they are. They say what they say. Gee, a apple don't fall far from a tree. So they just acting like dad. So
Look, before we go any further, can we play the message? We got like
Yeah,
a couple.
yeah. I was
We
gonna play it after JP got done.
I'm
I was
finished,
gonna
my
play him out.
brother. My
Okay.
long-winded self.
It wasn't 50 million. It was only 10 million to be exact. And this young lady they already know what this young lady was an industry plant. And the things that you're hearing is only what they want you to hear because her and Shannon used to always play role play. So that was the end. What Shannon said, you want to be choked out. I know you want to get choked out. You got no other choice. That was them role playing. So like I say, they just want you to do whatever they want you to hear and get you where you want to. So they got you talking about it too, man. That's crazy, but I'm just a fly on the wall.
Gee,
Yeah, the
Well,
initial
hey
offer
man,
was 10 million, but it ended up being 50. But the
yes,
initial
it was
offer that
definitely 50
Shannon made
million.
was 10. So
Yes,
yeah, that
and you
wasn't
right,
the whole
brother.
offer. Yeah, the
It
initial
is 50.
was 10
Yes,
million.
yes,
and thanks for the clarification.
yes,
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
yes. Up, fly on the wall.
And with the Kobe Bryant thing, they ain't tell you that Kobe wasn't the only person that hit that. during that time either. Kobe got in trouble because Kobe went through the back door, and in the state that he did it in, it's against the law. That's why Kobe got in trouble. You can't. That's called sodomy in certain states, brother. That's why Kobe got in trouble. They ain't give you the whole logistics on that either. They just pointed Kobe out because Kobe was the most famous person in there. But it was more than just Kobe in there.
We remember that with Dale.
It's sodomy in every
Yeah, Ro.
state. It's
Yeah,
just we
Yep.
accept it.
Well, Ro brought
yeah,
up the fact that Kobe wasn't the only one. We just didn't Ro didn't bring up the other
yes.
part, but we already
Ro
had
brought
Oh
acknowledged the
no, that
fact
was
that
G
there was
Ro.
Man.
other
That was
people.
G Man that brought it
Yes,
up.
Was G
Ro
Man?
brought it
Okay.
up, and
Oh, it was
G
Greg.
Man
Oh, G
brought it
Man,
up
him.
also.
Well, G Man brought
Hmm.
it up. So
Hey, and what
so
Dale
yeah,
said
we
they
yeah
bring
we,
up
we got that.
fellas, and she was crazy.
Mm.
She was a nutcase.
That's what she wanted.
I'm gonna be the smart one. I'm gonna be the I don't know whatever number, but I'm gonna be the man with two Desert Eagles with switches on them, with extended clips. I'm gonna be the one with nothing but 50 caliber weapons, ARs. I'm gonna be
That's what they
Rambo
said,
sitting
man.
right there. I'm gonna be the smartest guy with grenades and everything. They didn't say we couldn't bring weapons. Pay close attention to when people talk. 100 men. They didn't say that man couldn't have nothing in his hand. You feel me? But I'm just laughing right now.
She
Right.
was right.
Hello, panel and listeners.
Yo,
It's Peachy Nuance here. I hope everyone's having a great evening. I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents on this, so I appreciate you
Tell
all
her how old
listening.
you.
To
Tell
me,
her
in
how old
any
you.
occasion, it's just
Take you back to Dale.
disheartening to hear that a man that is almost 60 years old, had relations with a 19 or 20-year-old. I mean, that's just, to me,
Exciting.
it just seems wrong.
She got that
And
dog.
it's a $50 million lawsuit. And it's just sad because it is so hard to talk about these conversations because there's a lot of people who think, oh, she just wants money, this or that, or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, I hear you. It's just a sad situation, you know? Oh man, G Man, you saying that whenever you turned around and made your stomach weak, that made me feel good. It did. I'll admit that. You got to understand. There's 99% of men that don't get that, and I know you probably know that. It's just it's sad.
Damn you, G-Man. Damn you, G-Man.
I
and Dallas,
completely
see,
agree with the previous person's
Tell her.
statement. Is
Thank you,
that
Dale.
well? I
Tell her
don't
that
want to
you
say
been
I
taking all the
completely.
credit.
no, because we're the same avatar.
Sorry, I don't know if that last message sent, but there was a previous person saying that about the sodomy charges. About it's like unfortunately as black women, as black men, we have to be extremely hyper vigilant about what we do. We're not given the same privileges. We are not given the same leeway as our counterparts. We're not. And we have to understand that, yes, whenever we date, whether it be a white woman or especially a young white woman, there is going to be consequences. And guess who is going to be the villain? The black man.
Damn dark
Wow,
That
that
is
man.
was a
fact.
full circle
All
moment.
right.
Yeah.
That was
All
fact.
right. Yeah. Miss Key, you got a final thought?
No, I'm gonna rest on this one because I really enjoyed this show, and I don't really have anything to say. I think everything was really put out on the table. Anything extra was just, vegetables to the
Mm.
soup. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. It's a hard topic, the Shannon Sharp situation. But then I really don't know much about. I agree with Gerard when he was talking. I think it was Gerard that mentioned about his flashiness and stuff like that. Because I was watching a couple of different things about how Deion Sanders was like that, like
Oh,
his
that was
actual
Dell.
meetings and stuff. Dale, okay, Dale. Sorry about that, Dale. Hey,
Yeah.
yes, but that, yeah, I seen a couple of shows like that. I just watched him like $1 million sitting there doing them interviews. But It is what it is. I don't have much to say about that. I enjoyed talking to you guys and
Yeah.
hope to
Always.
continue.
Yes, sir.
Always. Here we go. Ro, you got a final thought? He muted out. All right. Well, I want to appreciate everyone that listened, left messages. We appreciate it, and want to thank everyone that'll be listening later on tonight. And still waiting on Ro to see if he got a final thought. I'm gonna play this message.
It's a really hard topic to digest that when white women seek affluent black men, it's because sometimes they want a certain level of attention. And when that is given, there is a certain shame that comes about it because they have been with a black man due to historical context. And therefore, it turns into a certain fiasco, so to say. And it's just, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to victimize, Shannon Sharp. I'm just saying that we are not afforded the same privileges as white people. We're not. You can't sleep around with other white women as a black man and expect nothing to be said about you.
You got that right.
Sorry, it's just that way today.
Yes.
Um,
Nothing but the
Everybody
truth.
want the
Ro, you got.
Dark Knight until you put on his utility belt,
Real
huh?
Oh wow,
interesting. Real
wow.
interesting. I like it, Peachy.
Ro, you got a final thought before we can close out?
Yeah, I got you.
Uh-oh.
Finn, y'all ready? All right.
We
Mm-hmm.
trying to be
Finn,
ready, Road Dog.
okay. It's off the
We
top.
know
Just
you.
nah. Ain't nothing crazy. Thin waters can lead to a heavy breeze, like the O ends the trail.
Say it again,
And
Road
Yet
water
Dog.
can be
again,
like a winter
Okay.
breeze.
what
Yes,
does
sir.
that
Oh, one more
even
time.
mean?
Done.
I got you, JP. Pretty sweet.
I
Calm
hear
down.
you, my brother.
Thin waters can lead to a heavy breeze, like the
Uh-huh.
O ends the trail.
Okay.
The hell?
Yes, sir. I can't mess with you, Road Dog.
Where the hell is the trail? Where's the trail?
Where'd the
So
breeze
long.
come from?
Where the
Yeah.
breeze?
I think I'm
Huh?
smoking that
Everybody
chick.
wants the Dark Knight
No, no. We going
until
no for
he puts on
two
his
more.
utility
No,
belt and
no
start to
for
tote
two
it.
more. No for 2 more seconds. We gonna figure out. We gonna go. We gonna figure out what does that mean.
Hmm?
Because all of us be confused when you get done. None of us have understood any of your final thoughts.
The water be like a
H,
Thank you, Lord.
breeze. I have felt cool water
Hmm.
from I have felt a breeze
See,
from
Yeah,
cool water before.
can't leave the
Miss
man
Key, don't
alone.
entertain that. Don't 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 entertain that. We all heard that. We all heard that final thought twice, and everybody said, "Damn!" Like nobody knew what it meant.
H dot I dot M dot didn't say anything. He understood it, just like
You
everybody
understood it?
else understood it. Yeah.
So
What
I
about you?
understood it too. We all understood
Yeah.
it.
Yes, we
Okay, then
understood.
well. Okay, then well. We're gonna go
You
ahead
got
and
another
close this one
message.
out.
Look,
Yes,
You got
sir.
another message.
Thank you, Miss
Don't be
K.
disrespectful.
Miss Key.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I get it
Thank
right,
you,
Miss
everybody.
Key.
Him, what you was
Go
about
ahead,
to
my
say?
brother.
huh?
Oh, wait another minute.
I agree. I was the only person that didn't even say anything. Everybody else said something. I agree with you, brother.
Thank you,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Thank you, bro.
If you got another final thought, hit them with another one, right quick. Hit them with one more.
Ooh,
One more
Let me
let
final
me
play the
thought
see.
message
for me.
first.
Road Dog, you
Let
know,
me
go
play the
ahead.
message first.
Now, I hate to say that because, unfortunately, my grandparents, were married when it was illegal for black and white people to be, married. And it's just, it's just that context. Everything my grandpa went through as a black man, and then just, my grandma's a white woman with, a mixed child. It's been a lot. I mean, it just
Yeah.
I there's a chance I couldn't have existed today to, you know, be able to, you know, sprout this and tell this, but I'm not trying to put my stuff over everyone. I'm not. I'm sorry.
And Peachy, I appreciate you, Peachy, but I
Oh yeah,
definitely need to hear my brother' final thought on this one right here. Ro,
I
go
got
ahead
you.
and give
I
him
got you,
something.
bro.
Give him
You
something
know,
right quick.
let me see. Don't step in the flood. Just walk on the sidewalk.
That made sense. That made sense.
Yeah,
I got that
yeah,
one. I got
yeah.
that one. That was yeah. I
That was
got that
good.
one. That was yeah. I understood that one.
Yeah.
80 about 80 episodes, and this is the only one. That's the only one I got. I got you. Got you.
You know, because when you, no, I'm
Got
just playing. I ain't got nothing else.
you. Oh, I was
Tell
about
him
to
you
say.
wrong.
All
I
right.
thought you were gonna
Well,
say
this
like
was another.
because if you step in there with your feet wet or something weird,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, don't follow them up. It wasn't weird. Nothing's weird. We all got it. Gerard just like
But
to
we
be,
But
definitely,
you
we,
know,
we most definitely
he like to live
appreciate
on the
every
edge.
single
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Good night. Good night.
Yes.
This is a good night.
Yes, it is.
this was another episode from Run and Tell That podcast, and we'll be back next week, and we're out.
Oh, what's the website
Peace.
again?
Peace.
Huh?
What's the website again?
Porn.com.
Oh,
Oh, what?
what?
Porn. Somebody finna
Porn.com.
get locked up. Somebody finna get locked
Yeah.
up.
Wow. All right. It's Run and
Selling
Tell That
porn with a
podcast
expired license.
on Run and Tell That podcast on Podium.com. All right, we're out.